in Miami. It is day 70 of 75 hard, and I am just out walking on this super fun canal. Look at those little flamingo statues. It's super fun, but we are just still at the wellness center getting different treatments and different innovative techniques, and I had a break in between appointments, so I am just hanging out and getting the first actual workout of today. We've been here since about 8:30 in the morning, so it has been a very long day indoors. We went and grabbed lunch and then came back, so we are just enjoying the time, enjoying the process at the wellness center. I'll share more about that journey at a later point, but look how fun. Flamingo 1, Flamingo 2 right there. So again, we are on day 70 of 75 hard. So super excited that we're counting down less than 5 days. This building I walked by yesterday, and there was actually a fire at the top of that building, and both of the windows are still open. So when I walked this way, I'm on my way back from the walk, I was like, yeah, those windows are still open from where we saw smoke and fire. It smelled like an electrical fire. So that was special on yesterday's walk. So the rest of this series, right, is really leaning into and talking about strategic planning. And some of the patients that are here are also entrepreneurs, and we just got to talk about, how important intentionality is. And so that's what I'm going to lean into for today's takeaway. Again, if you've never coached with me, been to one of my retreats, experienced any workshops or leadership training, really where I lean into is the space of leveraging your strengths, understanding how you want to scale and really monetize, your gifts in the long run. But all that takes is intentionality, and that some people don't value that level of planning. So I am not here to convince you that you have to be as intentional as anyone else. Me, another coach you respect, another colleague you respect. But my encouragement for this video, and again, if you watch my channel, you know the seriousness of 75 hard, what it can do for your mind, body, and spirit. It really is this level of mapping out intentionally how you want to spend your time, how you want to spend your life, how you want to spend your gifts, because that is the greatest resource you have. Money can be made, money can be spent, right? Things can be bought, things can be sold. But when it comes to your time, that is the place that you do not always get, a take two on. You don't always get a reboot on. Look at their little, they're not little, they're actually really big geese. So we're gonna keep walking. But I really want to encourage you that as you look at leveraging your strengths, leveraging the intentionality, there's 3 ways I like to look at my calendar. And again, we have been on crazy limited amount of sleep, a lot of appointments, a lot of work to be done. I'll have client calls later today. And again, we are just in travel mode for December, and then obviously going into the holidays. So that was perfect to be able to talk about, the first way you can be intentional is really making sure that you're carving out the 2, hours throughout the day that are just for you. So notice that the Corey is not on the walk, or I'm not doing any, reading. I'm not doing anything that has something to do with someone else's deliverables. I knew between 2 and 4 today, no matter what was going on, I would need to take some time for me. So proactively, that's called intentionality, right? That's strategic planning, as you are forward facing, forward thinking what needs to get done, so that you're not struggling with, oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock and the day got away from me. Because I promise you, we could have been sitting in that clinic and it could have been 5 o'clock and the day gets away from us. And that is not being intentional at all. So I knew no matter, we got there early this morning, whatever happened this morning, roll with whatever. But I knew between 2 and 4 was going to be an hour where I needed to take care of my stuff. I needed to take care of work. I needed to take care of life. I needed to take care of my walk, at least. And then by 4 o'clock, I can kind of go back into go with the flow mode, because all of my deliverables will be done until I go into coaching tonight. So just creating that much intentionality of being able to speak to that, no matter if you're on vacation, no matter if you're traveling, no matter if the kids are sick, no matter if you are in a busy day and chaotic, right? On a little amount of sleep. aka me, you still know, okay, I've got the morning to maybe pace myself a little bit differently, but then intentionally between 2 and 4 will be my jam session, okay? Second way that I want you to be super deep and intentional is that, you know, we always have these 15-minute gaps throughout your day that you could move mountains through. I think we get so flustered that it has to be in these like 6-hour work sessions or 3-hour work sessions. There's always times that something's getting delayed. You're sitting in a parking lot for one of the kids. You arrived somewhere early. Something got shifted in your calendar, or again, you're kind of back at home and you have a 15-minute window, a 30-minute window that hasn't been allocated. I'm gonna give you your second takeaway from that use of that time. Have just a punch list in your notes section, in your CRM, and whatever the way you kind of map out electronically that's always with you, to go, what are my 15-minute projects? Is it call that client, touch base with so-and-so, create the graphic, check in on something? Like, just knowing that those are 15-minute projects that can be happening all the time. You don't need a lot of front, facing work or back office work to do. But I have those always on a list. I have about 20 of them that when I get a window of 15 minutes, I know I can leverage that. I know I can get those projects done, and then know that I had a touch point in that way. Most of us don't have a little punch list like that for 15 minutes. We think they're gonna be these huge projects. Well, be intentional and break down what are little steps on social media you could do. What are little steps that you could do in terms of your sales process? What are little steps to reset the fridge, reset your backpack with your healthy snacks, reset some fruits and vegetables? That's a 15-minute project, right? So sometimes when I'm on the boat, or again, even when we're traveling, I'm like, okay, I can, make sure I reset my water, make sure I think about, what's the next healthy restaurant where you can go to. Like, there's always a pre-step you can be doing, even in those smaller increments. So I hope that is helpful from the Canal of Miami. I'm gonna finish my walk on the way back. I'm almost done. And then back to appointments and then back to coaching calls tonight. Super blessed that you've been on this journey with me. Again, day 70. We're gonna wrap this baby up in St. Thomas on Sunday, but we're gonna be here for the rest of the week. So videos will be chiming in from Miami, and I hope that you have a blessed, wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, day 71.